Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip, and I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you for allowing me to be part of your day. As always, I do appreciate it. And listen, guys, I want you to know that the community that you guys have built here on this platform that we've created is something that I totally respect. All I ask and all I've ever asked is that you guys please try to be respectful of each other. You don't know where each other has come from. Everybody has triggers. Sometimes you can't show somebody your way of thinking. It's hard when it's the written word that we're using to try to communicate ourselves with or communicate ourselves by. And, certain words make people shut down, and it just makes no sense. So as much as maybe you might think you're trying to enlighten somebody, or there's a conversation going one way and it's being read a different way, you've got to sometimes step back and say, well, maybe they don't care enough, maybe I'm not explaining myself correctly. But there's so much fighting in this world. I'd really appreciate it if we'd not do it in the chat. I think right now we've had some really healthy debates. I think, there's some times that, listen, I read something that I wrote to somebody, and I remember when I wrote it to them, what I was saying to them was, I'm sorry that you can't understand this. I don't know how to simplify it any better. And then 2 days later, I read it, not realizing I even wrote it. And I read it as, well, you're an idiot, and let me dumb it down for you. It was me that wrote it. I know the intention when I wrote it, but as I was reading comments and stuff, I read it the way that I didn't mean it and didn't even realize that I wrote that message. So you see how things can happen? I want to put that out there right away. That's how some things can happen. Not only that, but we can get confused about who we're writing to. At least I can, okay? And I've said that. I have said that. So, let me give you also an example. There are some people that just argue from or debate from different levels or just totally different planes, and you just can't reach them. I could never have an emotional discussion or debate with Ben Shapiro. I don't think that I could, because Ben is a factual, very black and white person. So he would win when it would come to he's coming from a different way. We could both be right, but I could be right with, let's say, a moral thing, and he would just say, but that's not the law. But that's not the law. Or that's not the tradition. Or that's not the facts. And could we ever overlap by agreeing to be right is the issue here. So, and it's not even, again, it's not about being right. It's just about, let me show you my way. Let me show you what it's about, like, let me show you the way that I see it, and just look at it that way. If that doesn't change your view a little bit, okay. And I'll look at it from your way, the best that we can, right? So I don't know that I could look at things without any kind of emotion involved. I'd have to really not care about that situation. And if I didn't care about that situation, chances are I wouldn't really listen to it for very long, because how would I be invested if I didn't care? But if it didn't really affect me or somebody that I really loved, I think that I could look at something objectively. But we can't always when it's us, obviously, because we get involved. And again, the written word is so difficult. But there's a lot of people in these comments that we could all, like, learn something from, even if it's, wow, that's the way that you look at it that way. How'd you get there? Let me share something with you, if you don't mind, okay? So I have something, actually, it's called Epiphany. So one day I was at work, And I was doing a job that I don't do anymore, but I was doing it as a favor, and I was working with some younger people, and something happened, and I said to myself, that's not right. And the two younger people looked at me like I had three heads, and they're convinced that what I saw was right and that I was wrong. And they weren't being mean, they weren't being nasty, they were honestly saying, you're wrong because this is the way it is. And all of me is saying, you guys aren't seeing this right. How do you think this? And it bothered me. And it bothered me because I didn't know, I didn't understand it. Had I been able to say, they don't like me and that's just it. But I knew in my heart that wasn't it. They didn't like me. They liked me just fine. They just definitely, what they saw was the way they saw it. And what I saw was the way I saw it. And, you know, I don't, and I prayed on it, believe it or not. And I wanted to understand because I was still so angry. And because part of me was taking it personally. But when I pulled myself away, I was like, it's not personal. It's not personal. Why are they seeing it this way? And I so clearly am seeing it that way. And the reason is, it came to me after I prayed. And in their world, from when they were born, okay, so we'll just say post 2001, post 9/11, 2001. So you have now the internet is full swing. People are having communications online. You can't be without your phone. It's attached to the hips. There's no anticipation about waiting for the phone to ring or will the phone ring. You don't have to be standing by the phone waiting for the phone to ring. You don't have to run to the movie theater. You can get the movies now at your own home. Everything has changed. If you want to see something, you could look it up online immediately. Everything had changed from the way that I grew up. The way that I grew up, everything had changed. The way that I grew up, it was a customer care world. The way that they grew up, it was not. So they saw things the way they saw things, and it was right to them. And the way I saw things from the way I grew up, it wasn't right to me. But in their world, 100% right. Had nothing to do with me at all. In my world, if I brought them back to 40 years ago, they'd be like. So sometimes you have to pull yourself away and say, what's going on here? And not take things so personally. So I hope that makes some sense to you. All right. But I want to talk about something else. So we'll make this real quick. All right. Guys, everybody in the world, not everybody in the world, but there have been a few people that have showed me and sent me different views, again, from what happened with Aaron. I stand by that. And then people have went ahead and showed me views of this man with the dog, and the things that he did. One night I saw a video of him being like in a circle, and I thought I heard William Good almost taunting at him, and the guy was like, there was a lot of people shouting at him. I don't know what happened before that. I saw where the guy got bit by the dog. That's not okay. I never said that that's okay. Some people do have dogs to protect them. This might be a case. That wouldn't be an uncommon thing to have a dog that protects you. People have them in their homes all the time to protect them. You know, I feel safe with my dogs. Of course I do. A lot of people get dogs for that reason, and then they become part of the family. Or they want a dog to become part of the family, but also one of the benefits of having a dog is that they make you feel safe. They make you feel secure a lot of the times. And then there's dogs that are there that help people that have had, have epilepsy, low blood sugar, high blood sugar, just narcolepsy. They're just, okay. So I still say that this would not have happened to Aaron had Aaron have kept walking in the direction he was going in to begin with. You're saying, some people say, you're victim blaming. No, I'm not. I'm not. It wasn't okay that afterwards, the guy kept the dog on Aaron. That wasn't okay. I don't know what to say about Aaron trying to get his phone, because I don't know that the dog understood the intent. I know one thing. Had Aaron have kept going, this wouldn't have happened. Okay? That's all I'm saying about that incident. The one incident. That's it. Had Aaron have kept going, that wouldn't have happened. So, all right, guys. So that's about it. That's all I wanted to really say about this situation. I got a couple more videos coming at you today. I do have to get to work early. They're going to put me up in a room again. There's a snowstorm, ice storm, wintry mix coming, guys. So hopefully I'll see you soon. I'm trying out some new microphones and stuff like that, just to make things a little bit less... things weigh so much right now. So I'm going to try to do things that can lessen my load a little bit, and still mess around with some stuff to see, because I have some like documentary stuff that I envision that I want to put out, and some more of those shorts. Guys, listen, at the end of these videos, a lot of times I'll put the faces of missing children. So if you would watch, that would be great. If you guys just want to skip and go to the end and watch that, that's fine. If you guys don't want to do it at all, that's okay too. But anyway, guys, thank you. Participate in the chat. I'll see you a couple more times today, I hope. And all right, guys, have a good day. Be better today than you were yesterday, but not half as good as you're going to be tomorrow. Be well, guys. Thank you. This is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. By the way, it seems like a lot of you guys haven't subscribed. I've got half of you are and half of you are not. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you don't like me, you can unsubscribe. I talk about a lot of stuff. Check out my YouTube channel. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.